was asking our B.Ed students, you go to because the test is coming up on Thursday, Friday and Saturday. So I asked, do you need a mobile immediately? They said, we have the laptop. And I said, is the laptop and mobile allowed in the examination center? They said, they looked at me and smiled, did not answer. That means it is not allowed. Then I said, why did they allow the brain also inside the exam? The brain also should be left because they are copying from the brain and putting it into the book. That's what happened in the Zen. Hakuin Master was one of the greatest person who could say anything and everything which spills out from his mouth is gospel of truth. Any holy book, call it, in the world, instantly before the question finishes, he could give an answer. And then he went to one senior monk, and the senior monk, stop it, without thinking, just something of your own. And he said, ancient pond, the frog jumped, plump, and that became one of the greatest poetry in the world. Instant. If that was instant and that was considered one of the greatest thinking from a person from the deepest core of his talent. The past, present, future, he has already said in that one, the ancient pond, the frog, the present, plum, the future, completes everything. How good they allow the students inside the examination center with the brain to copy. If the brain is allowed, the book should be allowed, like the civil service examination in Japan. It is said, I do not know, but it is said that the books are allowed, mobiles are allowed, laptops are allowed. Civil service examination will take sometimes 1 day, 2 day, 5 day, 10 day, 20 days or a month's time, but they can write. But writing, they can write, they can copy it from any style. Food is provided, every facility is provided. And then they check what kind of creative mind that person has got. Accordingly, it is taken. The talent which is deep inside, which comes out from the root of that sandalwood. Even the root of the sandalwood is so precious because the oil in the root is very, very. When the robbers, if they cut the sandalwood and take runs also, the root still gives you the money back. Alexander Murray Palmer Haley, born on August 11, 1921 in New York in the United States of America, died on 10th February 1990 in Washington in the United States of America, was an American writer and the author of the 1976 book Roots. The Saga of an American Family. ABC adapted the book as a television mini-series of the same name and aired it in the 1977 to a record-breaking audience of 130 million viewers. In the United States, the book and mini-series raised the public awareness of the Black American history and inspired a broad interest in genealogy and family history. Alex Haley said, in every conceivable manner, the family is linked to our past, bridged to our future. I was shocked and was happy to hear this one sentence, because throughout my 490 small talks or discussions with you, I was only focusing only on the joint family and family, nothing else. My philosophy, my revolutionary thinking, only on these three stages, the heaven and the earth, man in the center, the three murtis, the family, the joint family. And here there is somebody who talked long back. Alex Haley said, in every conceivable manner, family is linked to a past, the bridge to a future. Yes, that deep down, like the Zen master, instant. If it was not instant, why did the universities and the schools allow you to store it in your bank called the fixed deposit in your brain, and then when you go to the examination center they allow you to copy it from the brain? That means the past, your family, the roots is very, very important. Without touching the books, without looking into the book, can you tell something of your own? That was from your mind. That deep was the thinking. Otherwise, why did they allow you to copy from the mind? That copy helps you to strengthen. Yes, the family is very, very important. Alex really understood the roots, because Alex understood the moment the root is cut, the tree will never survive. The family will never survive. And then it is the girl on the street. I do not know why I used the girl. When the girl is not been seen for a man as a married girl or something, then it is Tom, Dick and Harry will all start commenting and going after her. Same way the root is cut and the tree, any Tom, Dick and Harry can use it, misuse it. And then it takes a huge amount of time before you become conscious. You're almost dead because your pipelines are blocked. Like my Pommy, she cannot hear. And I was trying to talk to my students, why Pommy cannot hear? Hearing and seeing and the smelling and the heartbeat and the movements and the Alzheimer's disease, everything comes from that one connecting link. The joint family to the family tree is your pipeline. Once you are connected, they will have a samskriti, a culture to make sure that every week, every month you got to fast, you got to rest, you got to send your body, your vehicle to the workshop, so that when you fast, the nature gets the time to clean it, and you will go on fast of distilled water. Pummy's problem is she cannot hear him. Then I remember Dr. Paul Brack was trying to tell, everything is the cleansing of the pipeline. Once you do not clean your pipeline, your vehicle will create noise. Your pipeline, you become very strong. You start loving yourself. That is your first family. When you become conscious of your first family, that you have to drip irrigate your eye. You have to find out when it has to be cleaned. Your ears, your nose, your heart, your hands, your legs. Your body becomes so strong. It doesn't have to go to the hospital every now and then. It doesn't have to become a slave. Once you are not a slave, then nobody can disconnect you from your roots. Then you start loving your family, because you can see in that family, in your wife, in your husband, there's a huge amount of wealth of happiness and love. In that happiness and love is a love child is born, and you start loving the child by giving the child as much of freedom with the samskriti. And in that samskriti, you understand that every one person who's related to you is a relative, not a relative. They are related. You start loving them, and once the joint is connected, the family tree becomes very strong. That is where you are called the truth. That's where we have seen the truth. That is very close to God. You do not have to go to any temple, because your family tree is your temple.